I'm Abha. Directions. Each of the passages given below is followed by a set of questions. Choose the best answer to each question. The question is, which of the following best states the main idea of the passage? When we read the first paragraph, we find that the author has given the two divergent definitions of ethnicity. Right? Two divergent definitions have dominated sociologists' discussions of the nature of ethnicity. The first emphasizes the primordial and the unchanging character of ethnicity. In this view, people have an essential need for belonging that is satisfied by membership in groups based on shared ancestry and culture. The last few lines of the same paragraph. In this view, ethnicity serves as a way of mobilizing a certain population behind issues relating to its economic position. While both of these definitions are useful, neither fully captures the dynamic and changing aspects of ethnicity in the United States. Now, getting back to options, we find that the first option, which reads as, in the definitions of the nature of ethnicity, sociologists have underestimated the power of primordial human needs to belong. The author has definitely given the two different approaches, but he does not favor any one over the other. So option number 1 cannot be the answer, and thus it gets eliminated. Option number 2, ethnicity is best defined as a dynamic process that combines cultural components with shared political and economic interests. Now this is what we have gathered from the first paragraph. So this can be the option that is right. Let's go to the third option. In the United States in the 20th century, ethnic groups have begun to organize in order to further their development, in order to further their political and economic interest. Now option number 3 again is a statement of the changing nature of ethnicity, but it does not hold the import of the author or what the author has to say. So option number 3 cannot be the answer. Option number 4, ethnicity in the United States has been significantly charged by the civil rights movements. Now this seems to be true, but it does not constitute the main idea of the passage, not the complete idea of the passage. So option number 4 is not better than the second one. So second can be the answer. Fifth one again, the two definitions of ethnicity that have dominated sociologists' discussions are incompatible. Again, dominating of sociologists' discussions, that is favoring one over the other, is again not there in the passage. So option number 5 gets eliminated. Answer to this question is option number 2. Thank you. Karke dikhayenge. Hello, I'm Abha. Directions. Each of the passages given below is followed by a set of questions. Choose the best answer to each question. The question is, which of the following statements about the first two definitions of ethnicity discussed in the first paragraph is supported by the passage? Let's first read the first paragraph. The first paragraph says, two divergent definitions have dominated sociologists' discussions of the nature of ethnicity. The first emphasizes the primordial and the unchanging character of ethnicity. In this view, people have an essential need for belonging that is satisfied by membership in groups based on shared ancestry and culture. A different conception of ethnicity de-emphasizes the cultural component and defines ethnic groups as interest groups. In this group, ethnicity serves as a way of mobilizing a certain population behind issues relating to its economic position. Now getting back to the options, the first option, one is supported primarily by sociologists and the other is favored by members of ethnic groups. Now this has been misinterpreted by what is given. This can be eliminated because this is not mentioned in the paragraph at all. So option number 1 gets eliminated. Option 2, one emphasizes the political aspects of ethnicity and the other focuses on economical aspects. Now this is also incorrect in respect of the mention of political aspects of ethnicity, which is not there. So option number 2 also gets eliminated. Option 3, one is the result of analysis of United States population and the other is the result of analysis of European population. Now option 3 also mentioned as related to emergence of two definitions of ethnicity and is thus not correct. So option 3 also gets eliminated. Option 4, one focuses more on the ancestral components of ethnicity than does the other. Now this is there in the passage that one group focuses on the ancestral components of the ethnicity than the other group does it. So option number 4 can be the answer. Let's also read the fifth option. One focuses more on immigrant group than does the, no, immigrant group is not mentioned in the paragraph, so option number 5 gets eliminated. Option number 4 is the best option as the answer, so answer is option 4. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Directions. Each of the passages given below is followed by a set of questions. Choose the best answer to each question. The question is, the author of the passage refers to Native American people in the third paragraph in order to provide an example of. Let's read the third paragraph. One example of this process is the rise of participation by Native American people in the broader United States political system since the civil rights movement of the 1960s. Besides leading Native Americans to participate more actively in politics, the number of Native American legislative office holders more than doubled. This movement also evoked increased interest in tribal history and traditional culture. So it's very clear from these lines that the ethnic feelings have both motivated and it had been strengthened, and it strengthened the political activity as well. Let's look at the options once. The first option says the ability of membership in groups based on shared ancestry and culture to satisfy an essential human need. This is not correct. It can be eliminated. How ethnic feelings have both motivated and been strengthened by political activity. This is a clear-cut answer, and which we could gather from the lines that we just read. So answer is option number option 2. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे.
Hello, I'm Umi. The question is, the passage supports which of the following statements about the Mexican American community? Read the options carefully and then come to paragraph number 3. Read the following lines carefully. These lines make it clear that the issues which concern the Mexican leaders were civil rights such as immigration and voting rights. Thus they put to use ethnicity in order to promote the contemporary civic symbols. The last line makes it clear that civil rights were the main issue for the Mexican Americans at that time. Now come back to the question. Option number 1 is incorrect, as although the last line mentioned that Mexican Americans celebrate Cinco de Mayo as fervently as many Irish American people embrace St. Patrick's Day. However, this does not mean that the Mexican American community incorporated the customs of another ethnic group in the United States. Option number 2 again is incorrect, as it is not mentioned explicitly that an economic change was the primary driver towards promoting ethnic solidarity. Option number 3 is again incorrect, as the leaders of the Mexican American community did not concentrate their efforts on promoting a renaissance of ethnic history and culture, but on the contrary, they used ethnicity to promote the contemporary civil rights. Option number 5 again is incorrect, as it is not mentioned in the passage that the Mexican American community had greater success in mobilizing constituents than did other ethnic groups in the United States. Nowhere has been such a comparison made. Hence, only option 4 is correct, as it is mentioned in the paragraph that voting rights was one of the emerging issues of the Mexican American community during the 1960s. Hence, the answer is 4. Thank you. करके दिखाएं. Hello, I am Umi. The question is, information in the passage supports which of the following statements about many European ethnic groups in the 19th century United States? The options are, read the options carefully. Now come to the beginning of the passage. Read the first paragraph carefully. The paragraph gives two divergent views of the sociologists regarding the nature of the ethnicity. The first emphasizes the primordial and unchanging nature of ethnicity, while the second one relates it to the economic position, strengthening of the economic position as a way of mobilizing a certain population. The second view says that ethnicity serves as a way of mobilizing population behind issues relating to the economic position of a population. But the last sentence says that neither of these views hold true for the changing aspects of ethnicity in the United States. Coming back to the question, the lines make it clear that option number 1 and option number 2 are incorrect. Option number 4 is again incorrect, as nowhere it is mentioned that the ethnic groups de-emphasize the cultural components of their communities in favor of political interests. On the contrary, they emphasize the cultural components and in order to further their own political and civil interests. Option number 5 is again incorrect, as although the community groups were formed on the basis of ethnic, these were done to combine ethnic with contemporary civic symbols and not to promote wholly a renaissance of ethnic history and culture. Now come back to the last 6 lines of the passage. These lines make it clear that community leaders reinterpreted communal events and traditions in terms of the context of the nation they were residing in. Hence, only option 3 is correct. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I am Umi. The question is, the passage suggests that in 1968, Henry Cisneros most likely believed that, and the options are, read the options carefully. Come to the last paragraph. Read the line. In 1968, Henry Census, then mayor of San Antonio, Texas, cited Mexican leader Benito Juarez as a model for Mexican Americans in their fight for contemporary civil rights. The line makes it clear that Henry Census believed that the Mexican American would respond positively to Benito Juarez as he was Mexican by origin. Come back to the question. This makes option number 1 correct. Option number 2 is nowhere stated in the passage. In option number 3, no parallels are made in the passage between the Mexican and Irish history. Option number 4 again is incorrect because no mention of tactics of Benito Juarez is mentioned in the passage. Option number 5 is also wrong, as no mention of the strategies of Native American political leaders is made in the passage. Thus, the correct answer is 1. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे.